Bill, AF4LL, also known as Mr. 10 Meters, is going to show some of his ham radio career items. Over to you, Bill.
Good evening, Vienna Wireless. My name is Bill Bonilla. My call is AF4LL. I think I know who most of you are. If I don't, I hope to meet you very soon at a future time. Now, I'm going to try to make this brief, interesting, and informative. And I'm going to give you a little bit of detail about my life in ham radio. So, and I have to say that KB1NG has already agreed to this. Who else was here licensed in the late 1970s besides myself and KB1NG? If you were, you may be familiar with this. Tune in the World with Ham Radio. Nice ARRL publication. If you came into ham radio at this time, you probably saw this book. And it came with a cassette tape. And the narrator was Gene Shepard, K2ORS. How can you go wrong with that? He was a legend. And he's the guy that does the Christmas movie with Ralphie and the BB gun. So anyway, here we go. Thank you. Dzień dobry. There we go. So anyway, Tune in the World with Ham Radio. This late 70s, early 80s. If you came into ham radio during that time, and this one happened to be mine from back in the day. And next, we will go to, this is the ARRL license manual. This is a genuine. We didn't have question pools back then. You had to set it, you had to upgrade in front of the FCC. And I happened to do that twice at the age of 15. And I was WD4FOS back then. That was my original call sign. And this happened to be my ARRL study manual. And I made technician in general in front of the FCC when I couldn't even drive a car. My parents had to take me to do it. You know what my parents liked about ham radio is it probably saved me from juvenile delinquency. I know that's hard to believe, but I didn't go to school for about 3 months in the 8th grade. And my Elmer, God rest his memory, just passed away. K4AVX was the man that got me into amateur radio back in 1977. Now, this is a bash book. Does anybody know what a bash book is or was? Well, this was bad. If you had one of these, Malmer would have kicked my butt if he'd known. I did not use one of these, but I wanted one. There was a guy named Dick Bash. He was a ham, and he would pay people to go to the ham fest, and they would wait outside, and he paid them for the questions they could tell him. Well, now we have question pools. No one cares, but this was a big deal. And if you read QST editorials back in the late 70s, this guy, they wanted to string him up. I wanted one of these just to say I had it. And actually, I have to say I never used a bash book, but I have one. So, here we go. And got a few of my operating awards here. My very first was from EQSL because I'm a charter member. I'm a life member of EQSL, and I was on there before I was on Logbook of the World. So EDX 100 is like their version of DXCC. Their version of Worked All Continents. And from QRZ, this is their version of Worked All Continents. And this was my first WAS from Kentucky way back. Unfortunately, it's not all 10 meters because I only had like 48 on 10 meters. I didn't get Delaware. I forgot the other one, but I didn't get them all. But this is a really old WAS from Kentucky. And this is their version. Let's see, QRZ. This is their version, DX100. This is their version of DXCC. You get 100 countries. And this is QRZ's version of Worked All States, USA 50. And save the best for last, guys. The XCC, all 10 meters, all phone. Here we go. And Worked All States, all 10 meters, all phone. And I got to tell you, they call me Mr. 10 meters because I got 9,000 10 meter contacts from August 2020. And I actually do it with this kind of equipment right here. This is a President Lincoln 2 Plus. It is made by Uniden. And nobody throw rocks at me here. I know it looks like a CB, but it is not a CB. It really isn't. Hey, today was big on 10 meters. I didn't bring the striker because I would have had to disconnect everything. But this is a President Lincoln 2 Plus. It's about a 50-watt radio. It's a 10 and 12 watt, 10 and 12 meter rig coming out of the box. It can be modified for 11. And yes, this one will work from about 24 to 30 megahertz. I've worked DXCC with this type of equipment, so it can be done. And I've had a whole lot of fun doing it. And I tell you what, if you have a mobile, if you want to take this up mobile, put it in your car, your truck, POTA, this is good as anything you're going to put on there on the air. And no one's going to know till you tell them. The audio is actually quite good. Hope this has been informative for you. Здравствуйте, мой друг. There we go. Good evening to everybody, and I've enjoyed doing this. Merry Christmas and Godspeed. Thank you.